Alright, good day. Today we are going to measure some angles with a protractor. So, first things first, before we even dive in, I'm going to get a little problem solving strategy in, and that is use your head, which we sometimes refer to as common sense. Okay? And so here's what I want you to think about. Any angle that is like that is obviously less than 90 degrees. Okay, and any angle right here is obviously greater than. Can't really see that. Greater than 90 degrees. Okay? And where does that come into play here? Well, if you look at this guy, let's say we look right here, you've got two numbers. Well, if the angle is like this, then it's obviously going to be much more like 60 than 120. Okay, so that's really one place that students have a hard time with. Okay, so that's kind of a little good problem solving reminder. A great strategy is just to use your head. It's a valid way to solve problems. Alright, so here's what I would do with this. I'm going to extend this angle. Okay, so then I take and put the middle right on the vertex. Okay, so the middle is right on the vertex. Let's see if we can't change the angle here a little bit. That's better. Okay, the angle is right on the vertex. Okay, now it's a little bit more than either 70 or 110. Well, if I look at this angle, it's much closer to 70. Okay, but then I got to look, it's a little bit more than 70 because this is 80. Again, using your head. So I'm going to say that that's about 71 degrees. And it could vary a little bit, but that's pretty fair. Okay, let's look at the next one. And again, the first thing I do is extend where I'm going to measure. I think I have some worksheets with longer lines, because that could be imperfect. Alright, so I'm going to line that little line up right there on that line, put that right on the vertex, see if I can get it really as close as I can manage. And boom, there we are. Now if I look at this angle, it's much more so 120 than 60. So, and it's bigger than 120, so 121, 122, 123, between 123 and 124. So let's call it 123.5. Okay. And the degrees. Okay. So that's how we would go about doing this worksheet. So let's see here. Why don't we practice, and I'll do a reveal in a little bit, and then we'll probably go towards defining some steps. Okay? So go ahead, take a shot at 3, 4 all the way down through, and we'll do a reveal in a second. Alright, so I did these two, and I got about 156, and I want to put this into, just to show you, plus or minus. There's a plus or minus sign, plus slash minus 2 degrees, I will give you credit for. So here it'd be anything between 154 and 158. So you write that like this. Okay, so any x value in between greater than or equal to 154 and less than or equal to 158. So anything in between there. Same thing over here, 62.5 degrees is what I got, plus or minus 2 degrees. That's pretty standard for me. We've got x is greater than or equal to 60.5, and x is less than or equal to 64.5. So anywhere in there would fulfill that set. Okay? Go ahead and flip this over. And I want you to define steps and tips for measuring angles. Alright, so I'll give you a minute or two to get that, and then we'll probably come up with a list as a class. So be ready to share out, and then we can play forward from there. Alright, so after we've gone through all this, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some creation. Alright, so let's start with like just a 40-degree angle ABC. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is just draw a segment. Boom. And then I'm going to put a point on that segment, and I'll go ahead and put it right here. You can put it at the end if you want, wherever you want. I'm going to put the center of my protractor on that point. That's going to end up being the vertex. Okay, and then I'm going to mark where 40 is. 40 is right there. Draw a line connecting those two. Give me some erase. Erase the excess. Label. This has to be B, it doesn't matter where A and C are. Got it? Does it work? Okay. Let's try another one. Let's go, how about 125-degree angle. Okay. Go down here. Again, start with the segment. And I'll just do that. And this time I'll start on the end. Flip my protractor over. Mark 125, which is right between 120 and 130, and if I come up here, it's the longer line. Spin it around, connect. Ray. Label. E has to be here. D and F are here. Okay. So for the last bit, I want you to create an angle. Let's go something a little bit trickier. How about a 67-degree angle? HIJ, and then when you're done with that, I want you to define steps for creating angles. Okay, and I'll come back in a minute and we'll walk through it. Okay, so draw this angle. First I'm going to draw a line. So I'm going to answer these two things together. First one is draw a segment. Okay, and then I'm going to mark the vertex. And then I'm going to line up the center of the protractor on the vertex, and I'm going to measure 65, 66, 67. Line up protractor and measure. Okay, and probably measure twice. So I'm going to double check. 5, 6, 7. Measure twice, cut once. That's a contracting and building expression that is accurate here. So line that up, and I'm just going to draw, and I don't need to draw all the way because it's going to hit up there. Okay. Draw and label. H-I-J dots. All good? Okay, so that's what that should look like. Congratulations, you have measured angles and created angles. Okay, thank you for your attention today and your efforts. I will see you guys soon.